Good morning, welcome to Satsang. Liberation. Liberation is a wrong word to indicate. One can be liberated from concept, from ideas. But to propose that there is such a thing as liberation would not do. Then you have to attain something which is not just here. You have to believe that there is such a thing as bondage. So it's rather to be liberated from the overpowering, from the tyranny of concepts, ideas, experiences that we believe as true. Everything is true, looks true for a body and for a mind. But if you are concerned to know, is there something else? What's meant by the word being? Then you have to be freed from any start, any platform you place yourself on, which is basically I am born or I am bound. And then let's say, it can happen that the obviousness of what's left with no hook is mentioned as what is the background of everything. Or simply what is. So, any question, any sharing, anything you want to express? Very welcome. And I repeat, about the life, one can have any opinion or philosophy about the life. And that is a description which fits or not someone. So it has nothing to do with the obviousness of being, or it has nothing to do with the search of who I am, in fact. That still goes on, you see. The life and the mind, which considers the life and all that, that goes on till it dies. And that's very personal for everyone. There is no absolute answer about it. So what I indicate here is about what cannot be even grasped or conceived, which is mentioned as what you are. So I've not much to say, but you can make me speak always if you bring me unacceptable concept. Are you quiet about this question, this quest? If yes, then there is nothing more to learn. And if you are not quiet about it, then try to formulate what's troubling. Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I think what I notice is that I have that going back, or this like reminding, and it seems like it looks like if I don't consider any rising, that's like the end, or like then there's nowhere else, there's nothing else to do, like it's that's how I see it. And I'm reminded of that,
Yeah.
like by myself also. If I'm busy with something, then there's like something that is reminding me, and I just see it as a like there is, I don't know.
Look, if you have to remind yourself,
Yeah.
you remind the seeker in you. You remind the
Yeah.
seeker which appears in you. You have not to remind someone who does things who is not a seeker, then he does something as a friend or as a yogi or like that, as a teacher, as a someone. You have not to remind that one. It's not the search of that one. There is nothing wrong to live, to simply live. So actually you want to remind the seeker. So the seeker has still some power to appear and to mean something. So there is nothing wrong to remind him. And at some point this reminding will fall by itself, or you will just see the unnecessary thing to do. Oh, by the way, I will read you something I received from Papaji. Maybe it will speak well to you. It's nice. Oh, yeah, sorry for that. Thank you. Not just my red bag, yeah. And what? Yeah. It's, yeah. Thank you. Oop. Because it's very interesting and I think it fits. Bon, you know my French English, huh? Doesn't matter. Is it this way? Yeah. From silence you came, and to silence you return. This is the ultimate truth. The concept that there was any work to complete has in itself been completed. This is all. So what is there to complete? What was the work? To keep quiet. When you know this, you have completed everything. Otherwise, you will be hitchhiking for millions of years, thinking that you have not completed your work. There is no work to be completed. The idea that you have to complete some work, that you are bound, that you have to be free, is all conceptual. You are fundamentally free all the time, and to know this is the completion of everything. The only hindrance was that you thought that you were bound. That was the obstacle. removing the obstacle, you can call completion of the work. So probably it inspired me to speak as I spoke in the beginning. And the mind has a lot of difficulty to take it, that's sure. But doesn't matter, you hammer it. And one day it works, suddenly. But I think it's very nice to hammer it at the source itself of its power, which is I am born, or I am bound. That conviction, the basic one. You question it. You just... And of course, the life continues. So the life continues with whom? Surely with someone that you identified with. There is no contradiction. All is going on at the same time. I think it is very essential, after having been a lot in satsang, to really see that the word liberation is another concept. And so that's why you can never attain what you already are. You will attain only concepts to lose them too. So be freed from that misunderstanding, at least. Yeah. No. Good. No, I have no good smell. It's not here. No. Eh.
Morning.
Good morning.
So the noise of the bee reminds me of last night when I was in bed.
Uh-huh.
It was like a tsunami of thoughts. It just like, started in my mind.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, not now.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought, okay, who am I? Not landing anywhere. Who am I? Who am I? And I like to also use mantra just to distract the thoughts. And then a thought came, which was, how can you be so irresponsible? You're avoiding responsibility. You need to think about this now. And then I was like, no, not now. Tomorrow, but not now. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no real question, but I wanted to share that and see.
Yeah. But I think this is your freedom. You keep, if you want, you keep your moment free. I want to be by myself, and I don't need to be tyrannized all the time by what I have to do in this world or what I think. And it was very wise to say, okay, tomorrow I do it. Yeah, it's your freedom to do it at some point, sure, of course, in this world. There is no contradiction, really not. But I think it's very nice you keep moments where you are strong to say, no, this is for me now, just now. It's also a birthright, isn't it? Great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And just I want to add, maybe you know it, when you ask the question, who am I? Never forget to give a split second of quietness where you are left. That's all. Yeah? Great. A mantra appeases the mind. Can do that. Well, she wants to come to Satsang, maybe. So a mantra is meant to appease the mind. The question, who am I, is to give a possibility to be freed from the owner of the mind. Mm? It's nice to be very clear about all what we do, if it is possible. I understand why Papaji was reading the Ribu Gita for months, because nobody could speak anymore. But I get bored with all those Gitas. So of course, I don't say that there are no pearls in it, sure. But the pearls, they don't come from the Gita. The pearls come from what you are. And then it has been written in the Gita. It's good to remind that sometimes.
Morning.
Good morning.
Just can you speak about? I think it was to do with what you read just now. Something about this constantly becoming, like there's this energy of constantly becoming something, which is the life, and yet who I am is not becoming, and encompasses the becoming. Or it seems like there's two, doesn't it? The one that is becoming and the one that is already that.
That is seen from the mind.
Yeah.
So because he cannot explain or express something which is not dual, sure. But in fact, the life is that itself is what you are. We call it life because we look at forms and names. Otherwise, it is that itself also. So I have to speak about the forms and names. Yeah, and they create. It creates itself infinitely. That's sure. What should I say? And if it happens that you want to know, but is there something else, or who am I in reality? Then you have to, I would say, withdraw the attention from forms and names. If you want to know what it is in reality, or who am I in reality. No name should enter here, no form. And whenever there is a name and a form, then we speak of its creation, this manifestation where this is in it, this body and this mind. What more? Of course, the question "Who am I?" is based on a form or on a name, on someone, and so if you give an answer in the realm of someone, it will always be temporary answers. They will never satisfy or never answer really your question. So that question which comes from a form, the form has to leave space, at least for a moment, from where it came a form, from what is. So there is no form. Is there a form from where you are? Yeah. And at the same time, yes, forms appear, are there. It's called its manifestation. That itself creates infinitely. Even if forms die, another form appears, and so on. I mean, we know that. So the question is to be clear about what's what. Do I place myself in duality? Then I speak from a form or a name point of view. If I cannot grasp or capture what I am, then I indicate where I am not, as a person, as a name and as a form. It's what I am, but not as a name and as a form. I don't know how this can be clear, crystal clear. Hearing this? So whenever you have a doubt, be sure that it is in the mind of someone. So the platform, the form is someone. And you can have answers, temporary answers about life there in that platform. But if you want to have an ontologic answer, an answer which has no name and no form, which is what is, you have to be able not to capture any concept, any experience, any sense that you know. Then it becomes obvious. What is obvious for a split second. More, who cares? That's not a question of degrees anyway, it's not in time. And it removes the search. not the search in life, the ontologic search. Is it clear? If it is clear, you have not to search anymore, you see. Just know that when you are busy or confused or doubtful or you have a question, be sure it is someone, it is the manifestation which plays. And now you can go in it, or you just do it even if you don't want to do it. And when you have a moment, if you need, if you want, you can just discard everything at once. Because it has been clear that what you are is not in the realm of the manifestation, in its obviousness of beingness. Otherwise, everything is that. If you speak of beingness, it means no form, no name. It's an indication. But be careful, because it's also a concept. So you have to know that whatever you will express, even no name, no form, it helped you probably to root out other concepts. But don't fall into the concept that what I am is only obvious when I have no form and no name. It is the absolute aspect of it. But everything is that. So it's our right to be tired and, enough with this manifestation. It's our birthright to stop at some point. It's part of the of that. But surely if you want to find peace, you have to give a moment where you are not there as a person. That's true. Because this manifestation goes on changing all the time, so you may be exhausted also. There will be no enough long peace there as an experience. Anyway, if I'm not clear, you ask. Am I clear for you?
Yeah, I think it was to do with finding peace from that note. It's just what you just said. But there's no peace in the manifestation because it will keep
temporary, tranquil. Oh, you can have temporary, but it's temporary.
But the end of the search is peace in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of that search.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With no expectations of how that needs to manifest. It doesn't have to be, there's no...
It's wrong. It manifests, it's free to manifest as it is. You hear better?
I feel like you can focus better when I'm close.
Okay. Yeah. You see, that search which disappears means I am liberated from a concept I was hooking at very strongly to try to find out what is as a person. So when that goes, yeah, that search goes. And the life continues as it is for that person. I mean, there is not necessarily big changes, even though it may happen some. But yeah. I think that has to be heard more because there is this spiritual concept which is a poison, which induces that once you are free, your life will be an example of that. It has been already, it is in any way, in any shape, in any expression, because it's that itself. So why should we impose arrogantly a certain form? You know, so that's, at least that search has to fall. That search of integrating what you are. You are anyway, first, and then eventually you have a life. It's not a question of integrating. That work, as Master said, you have not to do. And you have to solve yourself your relative life. You are a loser or winner there, that's personal. It's like that. You can be totally freed from beliefs and be a loser. And the opposite is true too. So the life is in the personal freedom of someone, which is totally relative. Because sometimes you feel free, sometimes not. That's sure. But that's only personal life. And there are a lot of possibilities to help oneself or not. But it has nothing to do with what I indicate in Satsang. That has to be clear. And I see when you realize yourself, nothing changes. At the same time, you can have revelations about the life, about things. You can see things, you can have experiences, but they are still temporary. It appears this way, and it will go on changing with the maturity of the person. So that are like expressions again. It's not what you are. So in that way, I say the life of someone doesn't change. even if he has some revelations, then what? He has a revelation, but he will not have that revelation all the time. He can remember it, but so forget it. But you can't help. I mean, it's the life of everyone different. It's fascinating, really.
Hi Ganga.
Hi.
You looked so nice at me, and then I thought maybe I have to tell you something, or I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe it was not me, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
When you carved on the thing, it's
What?
when you do that,
okay,
it's so strong. Yeah,
okay.
it's okay.
Good. Yeah.
So, nothing.
Yeah, I just see movements come up.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. Okay.
Movements come up, and
Yeah, sure.
yes, and I see also that still there is somebody who sees also that that many concepts which this body mind has, they are going to release, or it releases still. Okay. Yeah. No, I see just.
But are you still searching who you are? May I ask you that?
What I am not, but
Okay.
what I am not, but there is still an I who is always again looking. Oh, it's too much, and so, and then I want to be free again, and so, and then I just see, okay, hey, it's all in the mind, and someone is wants to
Listen. When you say, okay, there will be always someone busy in this life.
Yeah.
Huh? It is in the manifestation, it's
Yeah.
like that. Now the one who says, oh, I want to be free, it's not that by now, since you say you know who you are, you know very well it will not be the one who is troubled to be so busy.
Yeah.
It will be when that one who is busy gives a moment just not to be there anymore.
Yeah.
So that you can give suddenly at any time and anywhere.
Yes.
So there is no question to search for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I see this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the moment you express, oh, let me be freed from this, it's your freedom to just stop then a moment.
Yeah, and that's
Because
the
you
only
know, after, anyway, when you go back to the manifestation, it will be as you know.
Yeah, and also the someone who wants to come out of the manifestation. I see this clear. Then it's really a fight. So I want to be in peace, and so, and every thought who comes, and what I am is just looking at that, but still with the eye. So it's still in the mind, and so yeah, and yeah. But what I wanted also before to say, because something is maybe still there, I don't know, that I know it from my past, that this body-mind is really very competitive and always want to be the best, the Superman, the first, and all.
You're a troublesome one, yeah.
Yeah.
For
and
others,
it's like a little Gopal, and who always so catchy, so I. And if something pops up, then catches at first. So always want to be the first. So like the authority and
You cannot change much, huh?
yeah, yeah.
You've been born
yeah,
like that.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Are you successful?
Yeah,
I don't need to.
yeah. Want to be, yes, want to be successful, yeah. The little.
That's a lie, a little. You want to be successful, yeah. You don't need to say a little bit.
Yeah, so I want for sure to be successful, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The one I see wants that, okay.
Yeah.
And why
Yes.
what do you come to satsang? To be at peace?
Yes.
Ah, okay. So is it concerning the one?
No.
Okay, it's concerns, but at least you
Yeah.
have to put it aside for
Yeah.
a split second.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that one will not be successful to be at peace. You agree?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, there he fails.
Yeah. What, la?
There he fails. He will
There
always
he
fail.
fails. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, that's great
Yeah.
to know.
Thank you very much.
You have to understand, you see that it's not the seeker who will win, who will be what he wants to know or to be. Is when exactly he doesn't interfere that this happens. Because I feel in all what you say, even though you hear it's not someone who is enlightened and whatever, liberated, but still it is in you, you see. The seeker will win to be free.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
It's wrong. It's totally
yeah.
ununderstandable sentence, actually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You see that?
When you said it, I saw it, and now it's
okay.
already
Yeah,
gone.
a split second.
Yeah, yeah, it was a split second. Yeah. So I see something happen in the mind. Yeah, so it's not the seeker who will be win, you said, huh? Yeah, yeah. And then I see something is really removed or rooted out. Not will win.
Don't go
But
further. Don't go
yeah.
further.
Yeah.
You think too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, still an expectation
No,
also.
no, no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
It's in the mind, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
The mind expects only a concept he makes. You want to realize only a concept?
No.
So,
Mm. Mm.
that's why it's so important to hear, keep quiet. At least just for a moment, keep really quiet. And that will do the job. To wake you up
Mm.
here, there.
Yeah. So I see it's really a fight. So because then it's like a Zwang. I don't know what this is. So,
Mind.
yeah, mind. Yeah, yeah, just mind.
You will never solve this through the mind. Never.
Hmm. Yeah, thank you.
That belief
Ah.
that this fellow will get it or it's for him
Yeah.
is
Troublesome.
troublesome.
It will remain troublesome because it will never have a proper answer.
When you said to Gopal there that it's non-understandable for that one to believe otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes
I
sense.
hope
It's,
so, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I
it
understand.
sort of chips away at it in some way.
Mm-hmm.
So there's Rishi who believes everything is for him. That everything is for
We
him.
start like this. We
Yeah.
are born like this. Sure,
Yeah.
sure. But by now, you hear well what is mentioned by liberated from. It's liberated from the concept even that I, Rishi, will be enlightened one day.
But that is still taken by Rishi.
Mm.
So it's like the perspective, it seems like you can't.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
vicious circle in a way.
Yeah. It's all seen from this perspective
Okay,
of Rishi.
okay.
So
So
even if I say something like, I know it's not for me, it's from the perspective of Rishi still. So it's not.
yeah, okay. But here is the perfect time, if it is your way to investigate, to ask. But who am I? Without replying, I am Rishi. That's a perfect moment to ask. Because that question directs you from you where you always are. And there, Rishi comes afterwards. Do you hear what I say?
No.
Aha. So far, it was Rishi's preoccupation, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he knows very well that he's always in the picture, so the vicious circle continues. You're right. That's right.
Yeah.
So, the wise man, let's say, it can happen in any way, but let's take the investigation. They gave us a tool to maybe not always fall into Rishi as a base.
Mm-hmm.
And that tool is the question. You can even say, okay, it's Rishi there. So Rishi, you can describe in a way, even if there are fields where you don't know, but it's still Rishi's fields unknown, yeah? So, who says I am Rishi? I. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I am Rishi. You describe someone.
Mm-hmm.
So, here, who am I? And you go that direction where there is no cycles. Because if you reply always, I am Rishi, there is this cycle. It is the manifestation. If you really ask this question, who am I? You have to go totally alone. So you even left Rishi now. I am Rishi, you left Rishi, even am. You are alone with I. How long? That direction, exactly. And try again and again, whenever you have that fire. Don't admit, don't be compassionate with any answer your mind will give. Because the answer is really the obviousness, I always have been here, but not as a rishi or whatever. Okay? Don't be distracted by that. Huh? Try to. Who am I? Mm.
I feel like the body like brings all this emotion to take me away from
I
it.
know, my
But,
dear. That's what I say. Don't be distracted
Yeah.
by that. Try to go back to I, even if it doesn't mean anything anymore. But I take it as a tool not to be distracted, because you will.
Yeah.
The body and the mind and the emotion, they react a lot.
Yeah.
So now you know that. So just for once, don't consider it. Because your search needs an answer which is not in this realm. Okay?